What do a diesel car and a chicken have in common? It may seem like a strange question, but if you look at them in terms of air quality, a chicken raised in the Netherlands and a car registered in Italy have one thing in common. They both give off what are called fine particles. These particles cause problems on a local, regional and Europe-wide scale. Today we're taking a look at two different approaches to tackling the issue in the Netherlands and Italy.
Le particelle fini entrano profondamente nei polmoni, nell'atto respiratorio, quindi quando uno inala l'aria, inala le particelle più fini che quindi penetrano profondamente a livello dello spessore del polmone, a livello dell'epitelio del polmone.
Atmospheric pollution affects the human organism. Patients and doctors of the pneumology department at the Monza Hospital in Italy know this only too well.
Un po' più veloce, Simonetta, continui.
Fine particles and other atmospheric pollutants provoke irritations, respiratory problems and cardiovascular diseases.
E questo crea un aumento della frequenza di malattie respiratorie croniche quale l'asma e la bronchite cronica ostruttiva, e alcuni dati sono anche a favore del fatto che l'inquinamento atmosferico possa aumentare la frequenza del tumore del polmone. E l'altro organo che sicuramente è impegnato in questa battaglia è il cuore e tutti i vasi dell'organismo.
Let's take a closer look at cars registered in Italy. Milan is a highly polluted city. There are two main reasons for this: the high number of cars on the roads and the particular geographical conditions. Milan and the Lombardy region are situated in a basin. This means that traffic jams and smog abound. And so, here more than elsewhere, vehicles and air quality have long been considered to go hand in hand.
Relativamente alla mobilità sono stati introdotti nel tempo limiti molto stringenti e in particolare a riguardo del diesel, un tipo di combustibile che si è rivelato nel tempo, anche stando alle ultime affermazioni riportate dall'Organizzazione Mondiale della Sanità, che si rivelano molto inquinanti.
Since 2008, the Lombardy region has attacked the root of the problem and has prohibited over 1 million diesel vehicles from taking to the roads. The vehicles affected by the ban belong to an earlier generation with more polluting engines. They're banned from the roads on weekdays for a period of 6 months, from mid-October to mid-April.
È ovvio anche che per quanto riguarda il particolato, i motori diesel, soprattutto quelli di vecchissima generazione, i diesel Euro 0, Euro 1, Euro 2, hanno dei fattori di emissione per chilometro percorso molto alti. Ricordiamo che sia l'evoluzione dei motori diesel, sia l'evoluzione delle tecnologie di abbattimento del particolato, i cosiddetti FAP, filtri antiparticolato, hanno permesso con gli Euro 3, gli Euro 4 e i nuovi diesel e diesel di nuova generazione di abbattere molto la quantità di particolato che viene emesso.
The installation of diesel particulate filters is one of the solutions recommended by the Lombardy region to improve the environmental performance of vehicles, not only cars, but also public transport. Here in the Milan bus depot, mechanics are replacing old exhaust pipes with some new equipment, including particulate filters. Over 2,000 buses will be renovated in this way.
Nel caso degli autobus è stato importante poter intervenire con i filtri antiparticolato perché è complessivamente la manovra più economica. Questi autobus sono anche molto costosi, però sono anche molto inquinanti, per cui l'incentivo della regione è stato utilizzato proprio per poter riportare gli standard ai più rigorosi disponibili attualmente sul mercato.
The Lombardy region has also pushed drivers to use cleaner fuels. Some 130 petrol stations are equipped with methane pumps and 400 with liquid petroleum gas, or LPG. Moreover, for the past 2 years, the region has been testing a new fuel composed of methane and hydrogen. By the look of the queue at this station near the motorway, alternative fuels have become commonplace. Car manufacturers have kept pace with the movement and offer specific clean fuel drive mechanisms on some models.
I carburanti tradizionali, quelli liquidi, hanno emissioni di PM10, NOx e CO2. No? 3 sono le emissioni importanti degli inquinanti dovuti ai motori a scoppio. Con il metano e il GPL le PM10 sono valori intorno allo zero. C'è una riduzione del 30% di CO2 e del 10% di NOx.
Let's now return to the centre of Milan. We're in the middle of the rush hour, just a few hundred metres from the historical centre of the city. Despite the time of day, the area is surprisingly calm. These signs, placed along the collection of ring roads, or the Great Belt, are the main reason for this relative calm. Vehicles using traditional fuels must pay a fee of €5 to enter the so-called Area C.
Il sistema funziona attraverso un varco elettronico che è stato installato presso 43 porte che girano intorno all'anello principale di Milano. Queste porte sono dotate di telecamere che fanno un riconoscimento della targa del veicolo, quindi c'è una centrale operativa di controllo che riceve, i passaggi e in base a quelli, controlla il pagamento effettivo della tariffa. Se l'area C non è stata pagata, a questo punto l'utente riceve una multa direttamente a casa.
As a result, the air in parks in the city of Milan is significantly less charged with fine particles, a boon for children, pregnant women and the elderly, people normally most affected by diseases related to fine particles. Previously, 130,000 vehicles were on the roads in the zone on a day-to-day basis. Today, they number 80,000, a reduction of 50,000 vehicles. Let's now head north to the Netherlands. At first glance, given the greenness of the surroundings, the landscape appears even more idyllic than the Milanese park. Yet air quality is one of the major worries of this small country, of which 2/3 of the surface area is given over to agriculture. Some 17 million people, 1.5 million cows, 12 million pigs and 100 million chickens cohabit the country.
Dat betekent dus dat als er een milieubelasting is, dat al snel de mensen in de weg zitten. En daarom is het nodig dat we in Nederland extra, denk ik nog meer als in veel andere landen, ons moeten inspannen om die milieukwaliteit te halen, ook de luchtkwaliteit te halen, die nodig is. En die je met elkaar afgesproken hebt in Europa.
This hangar is being used to raise chickens. In the Netherlands, livestock are the biggest emitters of fine particles, along with road transport and industry. Therefore, the particles must be contained inside the building. Here, this is done by ionization. These cables carry a current of 30,000 volts, and particles are attracted to them like a magnet. Emissions are reduced in this way by 50%.
Op het moment zit er wat minder stof in de stal, omdat de kuikens zijn pas 5 dagen oud. Dus de stallen zijn net schoon en opnieuw ingezet. Dus aan het moment is gewoon heel weinig stof. Op het eind van de koppel zit er echt gewoon 2-3 centimeter stof op de koker.
Farms are getting bigger and bigger. Livestock buildings are huge and new infrastructure is constantly being added. This is a pig farm. When animal droppings decompose, they give off ammonia, which quickly pollutes local watercourses and causes excessive algal growth. The gas is also an irritant to humans.
Onze belangrijkste reducties hebben we op het gebied van ammoniak bereikt. Daar zijn we in begin jaren 90 al mee begonnen. Daar zijn we teruggegaan van 300 kiloton ammoniak in Nederlandse emissie naar 100 kiloton nu. Dus dat is ons grootste succes.
This big black box can cut ammonia emissions by a considerable margin. It's called an air washer. The air contained in the livestock building is propelled into this water filter. The results are impressive. The level of ammonia decreases by 85%, bad smells are reduced by 77%, and fine particles by 75%.
De toekomst zoals wij hiermee verder willen gaan, is dat wij de lucht willen gaan hergebruiken. Dus dat houdt in alle lucht die uit de stal komt, die wordt virus- en bacteriën vrijgemaakt. De lucht die wordt geklimatiseerd en die wordt weer teruggebracht in de stal. Het grote voordeel hiervan is dat alle uitstoot van lucht die is bacterie- en virusvrij. Dus dat wil ook zeggen dat bijvoorbeeld onder andere de vogelgriep die nou naar buiten kan komen, die wordt gedood. Evenwel als Q-koorts. En dat is het grote voordeel ook voor de bevolking, dat die daar geen last van ondervinden.
At the Sterksel experimental farm, they're also thinking ahead. Here, the public authorities, researchers and private partners are currently working on pig manure. Their aim is threefold: to decrease the emission of pollutants, to improve air quality, and to propose commercial solutions for farmers.
We zijn testen aan het doen met mestpannen. Dat zijn systemen die onder in de put zitten. Deze vangen de mest op en scheiden die en kunnen ook gekoeld worden, zodat de ammoniakuitstoot verminderd wordt. In deze stal zijn we momenteel erg druk bezig met het testen van mestbanden. Deze banden zitten onder in de put en die voeren de mest af alvorens er ammoniakemissie kan plaatsvinden.
Excess manure is also controlled. Today the truck has come to empty the pig manure tanks at the experimental farm. Each cubic meter of manure to be transported is identified by scanning, sampling and GPS tracing.
Vanwege het GPS-systeem is het onmogelijk voor mensen om zomaar overal wanneer en waar ze willen mest uit te rijden. En als de mensen dat zomaar doen, dan krijg jij ammoniakuitstoot waar je het op dat moment niet wilt hebben. En vanwege dit GPS-systeem voorkomen wij dus dat dat gebeurt in de praktijk.
In the Netherlands, in Italy and throughout the European Union, air quality is a major priority. With these two examples, we've seen best practices applied at the local level. Since 1990, emissions of most major pollutants have been significantly reduced as stronger legislation has come into force. Yet there is still much to be done through EU legislation. The European Commission is currently finalising a new strategy and new draft laws regarding this issue, which together will bring us a breath of fresh air for 2013 and in the years ahead.